There is a new online bank launching in July known as Movin Bank. And what they're planning on doing is taking a look at your Facebook profiles to determine what your rates will be. And what they want to do is see if you have an active Facebook account, do you have a lot of friends on your Facebook account, and if you do, they're likely to give you a lower rate.
Yeah. Well, this is so maddening, man. So, look.
So what happens?
To me, this doesn't affect me at all. Thank God, 222, I got plenty of friends, yada,
You're so
yada.
popular.
Right. So, but why should I get a lower rate than a guy who has 3 friends in Wisconsin? But there's nothing wrong with having 3 friends in Wisconsin. Why should he be charged a higher rate?
But think about who this affects the most. It affects people who don't have access to a computer, who don't have the money to buy a computer, who might not have the money to pay for the internet, right? So it affects the poor, the elderly, people who don't use the internet, who don't use a computer, right? People who didn't grow up in the generation of computers and stuff. So it's going to affect people who are older, people who don't have the money, and those are the people who need lower rates the most.
And this has been happening forever, you know. So in other ways. So, for example, they would charge minorities higher interest rates on cars, homes, etc. Why? Well, they're poorer. But wait a minute. So the rich guy has to pay less and the poor guy has to pay more? Yeah. Why? Because they're a greater risk. Since they're a greater risk, and by the way, now you might be able to justify it if you say it based on their income and it depends on what kind of house or car they're trying to buy, etc. But for a great majority of the time, they didn't do it based on income. They're like, that dude's black. I don't care what kind of money he makes. I don't care what it is. He's black. We're going to charge him a higher rate. And then, by the way, if you get charged a higher rate, and sometimes they would be exorbitant rates, you're more likely to default. And then they turn around and go, see, I told you, black's default. And so now here we go with a more sophisticated version of that here.
Right.
And it's sick.
Brett King, who's the founder of Movin Bank, says, it's about trying to convert the value of your network. Customers who have strong Facebook pages, who have more friends and show frequent activity will qualify for better rates or offers. And also Eric Linden, he's a data analytics expert, says, I've spoken with many bankers who are interested in or evaluating the value of social media for credit evaluation. So exactly what you're talking about. They're using this as a way to evaluate credit, and also they want to see if they can basically use their customers as advertisers, right? Because if you're happy with the bank, you're more likely to talk about how happy you are with all of your friends. Your friends are then more likely to use their services, so you guys get the picture.
Look, you know, one thing is the discrimination against the people who are going to be disadvantaged by this, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing is get out of our private lives. I don't want my bank analyzing how many friends I have, if they're the right kind of friends. It's so creepy, man. Don't go on my Facebook page. And even if you're going to give me a better rate, I don't want the better rate, okay? Just charge us all the same rate. If it turns out that I would have gotten a better rate than someone else because I have more friends on Facebook, yada, 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 or for whatever crazy reasons, I don't want the better rate. You know what Republicans say? Oh, you're subsidizing those people with not as many people in their network. Fine, I'll subsidize them. Just don't be a pervy creep and look at my personal life if you're my bank. I have no interest.